They ruin everything. Life's not all sunshine and rainbows like people want you to think it is. The world can be a cruel place, often because people make it that way. Human beings can be a lot of things. And I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut? Guess again. I'm Johnny V. Welcome to the UFOD channel. Did you ever go to a local fair, one of those small carnivals that comes into town? You get your meatball sandwich, right? Your cotton candy, your funnel cake, have to have funnel cake. The kids go on the rides, maybe they get a caramel apple, who knows? They're a lot of fun. And where I live, a lot of the surrounding areas have these fairs. And recently, the past couple of years, more and more of them are shutting down because of youth problems. So last week I was flipping through YouTube and there were a bunch of news clips about the Maple Shade, New Jersey fair that shut down because they were having problems with all the youth that came into the fair and started causing problems, wreaking havoc. And you should have seen the list of comments, because although we weren't all there, I wasn't there, everybody knows who the youths are. So it's funny because as I was watching these news clips, I was thinking, wow, the fair in my town is going on right now for these 2 weeks. And it's at the grammar school I went to. And it's a good time. It's a good time. So I went there and I had my little meatball sandwich and I stuffed my face with my pizza. And I looked around and I noticed an awful lot of people that I knew didn't live in the area. They came in from out of town. And I wondered to myself, boy, when's my fair? When's our fair going to get shut down? When are we going to have these problems? And sure enough, when the fair closed that night, I went to the local convenience store. We call it a Wawa here in Philly. And it was very crowded in the parking lot. And it looked like North Philly. I think I just spit on the camera. Sorry. And I thought to myself, yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good. So sure enough, the very last night of the fair, they had to shut it down early. There were fights all over the place. They shut the fair down and the kids scattered and dispersed all throughout my neighborhood and the surrounding area, wreaking havoc on everyone. A friend of mine from grade school posted on Facebook, she got something sticky thrown on her car. And our municipality had to call in for police assistance from the surrounding townships. Now, you know what? I wasn't there. I don't know the specific demographic of the culprits. But I'm going to say what all the people were saying with their comments on these other news clips. They ruin everything. They don't show the clips, I guess, because they're underage. But they describe what goes on. And it's always, it's always the same people. It is. You can put me on your IS list all you want. They ruin everything. Next year, me and another 150 guys ought to go volunteer at that fair and just make our presence known. And then when the crap starts, we'll retaliate. You know what? These little pricks need their asses beat. Now, it's illegal for us to stand there like this and not let them into the fair. That wouldn't be fair, pardon the pun. That wouldn't be fair to the good people. But I'm sick of this stuff. You should see all the comments on these other news clips. The fatigue is real and all this stuff. You know what, man? Nobody will put their face out here and say it. I'm saying it. These little pricks need their asses beaten. They do. You don't need to be told not to behave that way in my town. You need to be taught not to behave that way in our town. I'm not trying to be Tommy Tough Guy here. I'm really not, but I'm just disgusted with this behavior. It's always the same people. You all know who it is. They ruin everything. And if you are one of those people, I'm going to say, you ruin everything. If you don't know how to behave, then don't come into my neighborhood. You ruin everything. Johnny V here, soon to be the most hated man in America, for telling it like it is. Go fuck yourself and have a great day.